In this video, I will be explaining all the features that you can find under campaign configuration. Campaign configuration, it's under campaigns. As you can see right here, we have a variety of features from window, users, next campaign, and so on. What do they mean and how you can use them to create your campaigns. Let's begin by creating a new campaign. We're gonna call this campaign overview. We're gonna save it. It's currently in draft mode. It needs to be published for this campaign to be active. And we're gonna focus right now for this video the features under campaign configuration window. When this window option or feature is on, it provides you two sub features, when and if. You most likely are gonna want to have that condition under when. For the most part, that's the one that we use the most. What is this telling you is that when you are running a campaign and you are automating SMS, emails, phone calls, you want to make sure that those SMS, those events, we call them events or activities, those events or activities are being sent to your clients or leads within your work hours. You don't want them to be receiving them on the weekend or late at night, which could happen when you don't have this condition on. And so now that it's on, the system is going to know, okay, so I am going to be sending SMS, phone calls, text message, emails between or within this hours, 8 a.m. or 5 p.m., which you can tweak, you can change according to your own parameters. Let's say that you got a lead and the lead gets into your system at 7:01. The system would add the lead at 8 in the morning the following day. Now, if you have this condition under if in the lead, because it's if the lead gets in at 7:01, that campaign is not going to work. That campaign is not going to work for that lead because it's out of the parameters. That is why you always want to have it when. Now, users. This is important, especially for those who have sales departments. You have sales agents under your sales department, and so by you adding a user, that user is going to be responsible for this campaign. In other words, when the lead calls or replies to the SMS or emails, the user who's in charge of this campaign will be the one responsible to answer those calls or emails. They will be the one receiving the emails and phone calls. So here, let me give you an example. And if you select more than one, now you have two people under this campaign. The lead, when a lead gets assigned to this campaign, it will go to Thais. Another lead comes in, it will go to Walter. Another lead comes in, it will go to Thais. The system knows how to properly and evenly share those leads between the users. Next campaign. Let's say that you want to send a reminder to a group of people about a special or a class. Let's say you have a class at 12 p.m. and you want everyone to receive a reminder 2 hours before the class. And that classes that you're providing are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So you create what is called a loop. You create 3 campaigns, one campaign for Monday, one campaign for Wednesday, one campaign for Friday. Now, assuming that this is the Monday campaign, right? We call the campaign overview, but let's say this is the Monday campaign. You want to the next campaign you want to be the Wednesday campaign. Why is that? The way all the users that were attached or assigned to the Monday campaign will be also assigned to the Wednesday campaign. And then on the Wednesday campaign, you're gonna select Friday campaign. The way everyone who wasn't on the Wednesday campaign will be added automatically to the Friday campaign. Now here, if you leave this blank, they are going to be the ones when you send the SMS, when you send the email to the lead or client, they are going to be the ones showing as the responsible senders. However, if you specify here from whom and what email, then they are going to be this information will be shown as the senders. Lead value. This is important, especially in sales. You want to add a lead value. Let's say it's $100 per lead. That way that's your cost per lead. And if you're sending, let's say 10 leads a day, that's $1,000. Now, by you knowing this, you have an idea of how much money they are receiving per lead. And so this is helpful for you to keep track for your reports. Now, tags. Here, if you want the leads that are going to be assigned to this campaign to have a specific tags. For example, we got these leads from a Facebook campaign. Facebook ads targeting $65 and over. That's going to be the tag you add them. So everyone who's attached to this campaign or who gets assigned to this campaign, every lead will have this tag. Now allow multiple. For testing purposes, when you test your campaign, you want to have this on, because what allow multiple allows you to basically for you to be able to keep testing this campaign. For example, you have this campaign and you want to test it. So you, as a user, yourself, attached to this campaign, you test it, and then after it gets tested and it's okay, or perhaps there are some issues, you want to make some changes. But because that campaign was already done, it was already accomplished under your name, it won't allow you to. So by allow multiple, you allow yourself to continually testing this campaign. Now, if you're running an offer and you only want that offer to be used once by the user, then you want to have this off. Otherwise, that user is going to be able to access to that offer more than once. Now, stop on response. This is important because, as the name says, if the lead responds to any of the activities or events under the campaign, let me show you an example. We have all these events under this campaign. This is to nurture a lead, right? Thank you. Thanks for claiming. Boom, boom. If the lead replies to this SMN, this whole campaign, what's after this, all these events are no longer going to be active for that specific lead. And that makes sense because you already had the opportunity to talk to the lead, and perhaps the lead is now a client, and you don't want the client to continue receiving or be treated as a lead. That just wouldn't look good for your business. That is why you want to have that option on. And now, event start date. For example, we have an event the following week. That will be the 18th. You select the 18th. And so the event is going to start on this date. So when you create your campaigns, if you do immediately, let's say you do before, right? Anything that you set here, let's do like, let's see, before, let's do 24 hours. This is going to be before this event date. So it will be, the lead will be receiving an SMS on May 17th at 10 p.m. Now, if you choose immediately or after, it's going to be after this activity. Does that make sense? So if we do after here, it's going to be after 2 minutes after this. So after this gets accomplished, after we send the SMS, then it's going to be 2 minutes after this, 3 minutes after this, 1 day after this. Most likely, you're not going to use this unless you're running an event, for example, a webinar or an event in the future, and you want to keep sending reminders to whoever it's going to be part of that webinar. And that concludes all the features under campaign configuration. I will be creating a second video explaining all this section right here. Thank you.